one. We're going to do a full run through. All cameras should be sunk on this.
A business meeting. When the manager called 911, they wound up leaving the store in handcuffs. The video viewed nearly 11 million times. Men arrested at a Philadelphia Starbucks 1 week ago today. They were there for a business meeting. When the manager called 911, they wound up leaving the store in handcuffs. The video viewed nearly 11 million times, leading to protests, anger across the nation. I spoke with Rashon Nelson and Donte Robinson and their attorney, Stuart Cohen, earlier this morning. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. It has been quite a week. It's been quite a week. Donte, you both walk in, you get a table. Rashon, how long was it before you asked to use the restroom?
Immediately, as soon as I walked in. And she stated that they were for paying customers only, and I just left it at that moment.
And the response was, you have to buy something?
Yes.
Then you go and find Donte. You're at the table. What happened next?
We're at the table. We sit down. We're just talking amongst each other. She then comes from around the register, walks up to us, asks if she can help us with anything. Can we start with some drinks or water or something like that? For when we have bottles of water with us, so we're fine. We're just waiting for a meeting. We'll be out really quick, type thing. And that was it. So
approximately 4:35, you arrive for a 4:45 business meeting. According to 911 accounts, a call was placed at 4:37, approximately 2 minutes after you arrived, to 911. What did you think when you saw police arrive, Donte?
You can't be here for us.
So when they do approach you, what do they say and how do you react?
Well, initially, as soon as they approached us, they just said we have to leave. There was no question of, was there a problem here between you guys and the manager? What happened? When you were arrested, did they tell you what you were being arrested for? No, not at the time. We wasn't read any rights. Nothing. Just double lock, handcuffs behind our back, and escorted out and put into a squad car. Why do you both think that store manager called 911?
Well, Robin, you're asking them to have an opinion about somebody else's intent. The facts speak for themselves. There's not a single witness that says that these young men were misbehaving in any way, and you can see and hear that on the video.
Well, the video has been viewed almost 11 million times, and part of it, Donte, you can see that you're talking to the police officer. What were you all saying to one another? I was just trying to, process the situation to myself at the time, because I'm thinking about my family that I have, my community. So in that moment, I'm trying to process what's going on, because it didn't really hit me what was going on, that it was real, until I'm being double locked and my hands behind my back.
Donte, did you at some point offer to call the person you were supposed to meet with? Because I know he's shown on the videotape.
After the first time, they walk over and they say you have to leave, I say, we're here for a meeting. What is the business meeting about? It's a real estate meeting. Okay. We've been working on this for months. What do you say to some people who say rules are rules, that Starbucks has a policy, you violated that policy, the police asked you repeatedly to leave and you didn't? How do you respond to people who say that? What I say is I understand that. Rules are rules, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And that's in any situation, whether it's race involved or anything.
And Robin, I'm sorry, but what is that rule? Starbucks holds itself open as a place for people to meet and to have public conversations. Those are words from their website. The CEO, Kevin Johnson, said he has met with you. Can you divulge what you all discussed? We approached Starbucks and suggested that we engage in mediation with a retired federal judge in Philadelphia. And they agreed to that proposal, and we are still involved in that process. That process requires confidentiality. What do you want to see happen here, Donte?
I want to make sure that and this situation doesn't happen again. So what I want is for a young man or young men to not be traumatized by this, and instead motivated, inspired.
And what do you want, Rashon?
So, take this opportunity as a stepping stone, to really stand up and, show your greatness, and that you are not judged by the color of your skin as our ancestors were or anyone else. This is something that has been going on for years, and everyone's blind to it, but they know what's going on, if you get what I mean. And, just really taking those actions and putting them into place and, help people understand that it's not just a black people thing. This is a people thing. And that's exactly what we want to see out of this, and that's true change. So put action into place and stop using your words.
We appreciate you using your words here with us this morning and this discussion, and it has to be more than dialogue, as you said. It has to be action, and we appreciate your willingness to be a part of that, and Mr. Cohen as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. And we know Starbucks has announced already that they plan to close 8,000 locations for an afternoon of racial bias training.
Who hasn't spent 2 minutes waiting in a Starbucks?
2 minutes, and I think when people hear that, and the fact that he called the business person that they were going to meet at 4:45. They got there 10 minutes early. Yes, he asked to use the restroom. He claims that he was never told that you had to leave. He just said that he was told you have to purchase something. But that being said. This is a moment where there has to be change.
Have they decided what kind of action they're going to take?
I did ask their lawyer, Stuart Cohen, if they had planned on a civil suit of some sort against either Starbucks or the city. They said that's not what they're thinking about at this time, that they want to be a part of the process. Remember, Kevin Johnson, the CEO, said that they wanted those gentlemen to be part of the process. They say they're still working that out, and they were going to allow us, GMA, to follow along and follow up with them and see how that process plays out.
Fascinating story.
And hopefully, Michael, come on.
2 minutes, I mean, and as you said, he said in the piece, actions, not just words. And I think that's what they're looking for, to see a real change, not just with Starbucks, but I think with...
It's a societal issue.
Society,
You just can't label it on Starbucks.
Yeah.
And we'll stick with it all the way.
We will. We will.
And we are back. This is Walter Lee Hampton II with my mother, Alberta Hampton. We just watched that video. Two black men go into Starbucks, and we go to today is Thursday, April 19th, the year is 2018. Two black men going to Starbucks. They went even to Starbucks 2 minutes before 911 was called, and they were escorted off the premises with handcuffs. And they were not read their rights. In my opinion, that Starbucks needs to be burned down to the ground, because that racist behavior, what took place in that store, does not make any sense to me. I kept waiting to see what took place. They were in that store 2 minutes before that bitch called 911 on their ass. Why? That woman needs to be fired. And I hope I wish there was some way they could file charges against her ass, because what she did made no sense. And it infuriates me that people are defending Starbucks with what she did. They were in the store 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And sat down before this heifer ran over there and asked, "Can I help you with..." Starbucks doesn't have waitresses running around asking, "Do you need coffee?" and assistants in there. They stay behind the counter. I can see them being in there for an hour. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Mom, what do you think about these racist white folks in this country that we call America and their behavior?
It's a shame that so many people are suffering because of their attitudes. They're no better than anyone else, so I can't understand why they keep persisting generation after generation with destruction of another race because of the color
of their skin. That's it. That man wouldn't do anything to anybody inside that store when they sat down there. Starbucks does not have a policy that you must buy a cup of coffee before you sit your ass in a chair at their place. I have been there numerous times. How many times have you been to Starbucks?
Oh my gosh, I used to go to Starbucks so much, I knew everybody up in there. And I'd sit down and probably order some coffee or get some water or something. No
Did you always order something when you went to Starbucks?
Not all the time. I just might even bring a lunch in there and sit down and eat it.
Right. So what is the issue here? The issue is you got two black folks and a racist white bitch behind the counter. See, that's what the problem is. That lady behind that counter who called 911 2 minutes until they beat them being there. 2 minutes. What so concerned her? 2 minutes. And the police ran up in there, lock them up. Does this make sense? They need their ass to whoop too. This makes no sense. This is why you have rioting and people tearing up shit and burning down places because of crap like this. I get it. That's when every time I see them riots, I just sit back and sip me some wine and say, tear it up! Burn it down. So they don't have any sense. Now, Starbucks is moving quickly here. Those two young men that sit in this video, they're about to get paid and they deserve it. They didn't do nothing wrong. They can go pay cash for that real estate they're about to buy. Gonna work out in their favor.
Certainly is.
But see, once again, you have a white heifer who won't get away with this shit. Because see, she gets a skedaddle on up out of there. She over at Burger King flipping burgers now. With same old racist bullshit. But Starbucks is taking the heat here. Based upon that ignorant heifer and what she did. Now, Starbucks, unfortunately, is going to take some... They're going to close the stores down and have some meetings with the racist white baristas. Y'all, treat the black folks with respect, please. It's going to cost us a lot of money to correct this. Can y'all do that for the white folks? Whatever. Because they don't... You can't educate racism out of people's minds. You cannot. Every time I walk into Starbucks, Mama, and white folks look at me like I'm from Mars. The customers will every time, and Earl won't go to Starbucks because he don't like the way they look at him. He said, I don't go to Starbucks. But I'll go in there, and they look up like you look like, what is going on here? How dare you come into our overpriced coffee place? You don't own Starbucks, bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. That's why I don't like dealing with racist white folks, and they exist everywhere. And you can't do nothing about it. Them men hadn't done anything. Those two guys had done nothing wrong. They did 2 minutes. 2 minutes before she, 911. I'm going to get them out of here. For what? They're sitting at a table. The police came in and didn't read them their rights. Didn't ask them to leave or nothing. Slapped them in handcuffs. The police officers are dead ass wrong for this shit. So anybody can call 911 and they run their handcuffs and hold you for hours for nothing? I hope they file charges and sue that police department too. Starbucks is going to settle this out of court. I don't doubt that at all. They're going to get them two young men about to get paid. Wish I'd been sitting up in Starbucks and they slapped some handcuffs on me. So I can get my check too. I could use a nice big fat check to pay for these cars I got parked out here. I would have paid off my cars and been happy.
And the young man in Los Angeles is going to get paid.
It makes no sense.
It was on camera what they
I saw
did
that
to
situation out there in Los Angeles. All this over using that
and
damn bathroom. White folks need to stop their bullshit. They need to stop their nonsense. Quit being hating on folks for no reason at all. Why didn't this woman just let them sit there at the rest? That she don't know what was going on. Let's at least wait to see what was going to happen. She heard 911. Can I offer you all some coffee or water or anything? Like they got, you don't have no waitresses running around Starbucks. I ain't never seen no waitresses at Starbucks. Have you, Mama? They make your coffee and set it on the counter. Johnson, Marie, Paul, your coffee's ready. They don't bring it out there to the table and say, "Can I give you some water with this?"
No.
The bitch was being racist.
It's gonna cost them though.
It's gonna cost Starbucks, but that racist white heifer who ran up out of there ain't costing her nothing. Because she's going to go across town and get another job, but she's going to pull the same stunt. You get it, Mama?
Yeah, they should have trained her for this.
No, she should be part of being penalized, too. Her name needs to be exposed, and people need to be standing outside her house protesting that white heifer who did this. Because she's getting away with murder. But she over at Burger King now. Or Publix or Kroger doing her same old stunt. Protecting something that don't belong to her. That's what she doing. So I already know how these folks work. That's all I'm paying. I don't get myself upset with white folks and their foolishness and their hateful behavior. And I'm not saying all white folks are like that, but there are a large group of them that are like that. They have preconceived connotations of notions about you, and they don't know your name. They've never dealt. That woman didn't know who they were. And we've heard countless stories of people, celebrity, even Oprah was denied assistance at a store. They didn't know who she was. She got billions. Could have bought everything in the goddamn store. And they're going to chase her out of there. They didn't know who she was. They looked at the color of her skin. Nigga. Keep in mind, y'all. A lot of y'all don't like the term nigga. And the term that I used to call niggerville. But we didn't create the term nigger or niggerville. White folks did. That's the word they created. They created this word, not us. So I can see this white woman sitting behind that counter. And I'm kind of angry about this. I'm very angry about this because I've run into many, many, many instances of racism inside stores and places, and I tend to just ignore it and keep it moving. How do you handle these racism? Oh, I've seen you in action as a kid. But now you've got much older. How do you handle this racist, crazy behavior from these white folks? Because I'm sure you still encounter it also.
I don't encounter it as bad as I used to. Because, I got a mouth. And I just let them know what's going on from the start.
When we were younger, you used to go, we were in Sears one time, and you let them know what was going on.
I do it, still do it.
That time we was buying that Nissan Pathfinder, you let them go. I've seen you in action.
Yeah, I let them know, this is, it's a shame that we're, ostracized like this. But, we have to stand up, and we got to come together with every area of our life, our existence. Our children are suffering because we're sitting in the background doing nothing. Sam was shot today. Billy was shot yesterday. Everybody's getting shot up, but what do? Wait for it to hit our home and somebody's shot and killed. See, black people used to be very, what is the word when they go out and protest, and they wouldn't take this stuff, and now they're taking everything.
Well, it's unfortunate these two young men are going through this. But like I said, they're going to get paid. At the end of the day, whatever they settle with Starbucks, they deserve every penny of it. And anybody who feels otherwise, you are a fool. Because those guys didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything.
Nothing. But go inside there and say, use the bathroom and sit at the table waiting. I've done this numerous times.
Very decent looking man. It wasn't like they were
decent looking to you and I, mama. But thuggish looking and dangerous to them white folks' eyes.
Oh.
I know how they operate. They see my big black ass coming in, they be looking like, oh my God, he's going to tear the whole place up.
More than likely they do, because they showed to have a
you walk into Starbucks, they look at you like this.
Stanley went to the store once, big black man, and they jumped up and asked him, what do you want? What do you want? We ain't got no money. He should have sued him. We don't have any money in the cash register. How can you just assume that this man is coming in here to rob you?
I'm a creature of habit, so I tend to go to the same places over and over. I go to the same stores, the same. So they recognize when I walk in there. They say, "Oh, okay, we know who that is." So I don't really go to different places because you get tired of dealing with people's foolish behavior. I go to the same LA Fitness. I park the same spot when I go to LA Fitness. I go to and I'm a creature of habit because it just makes life so much easier because people know who you are.
It does.
And they not worried about this big 300-pound nigga coming over here to rob the Bank of America. I go to the same credit union. I walk in the door. They say, "Hey, Walter." They know who I am.
We ain't got no money in here. We ain't got no money. I said, "Whoa!"
And I noticed when I step outside of my familiar places and walk into a bank or Wells Fargo, so, oh my God, they act like you about to rob the place. And I'm like, no, I'm just here to take care of something because they don't know you. But the customer service means dealing with customers you may not know every day. But they don't get it. So I ain't gonna worry about it no more. But yeah, that Starbucks, in my opinion, they should have burned that sucker down. And I hope they close that location. Close it down. That's just how I feel. And I probably shouldn't feel that way, but I'm pissed because I'm looking at that thinking,
you're a man and you're a decent black man. You don't look like you're carrying a gun. You ain't got no mask on. And then they go through all this stuff.
They weren't robbing the place. They weren't tearing up the place. They weren't in there acting a fool. They were there sitting down.
Talking among
2 minutes. 2 minutes. They have a call. 911. Oh my God. Hurry. Hurry. They're going to kill us. He's going to win. They Johnny on the spot. 10 police officers busting in Starbucks. What's going on? This is his ignorance. The girl behind the register was ignorant, who called 911. The police officers who showed up there with their ignorant motherfucking asses were ignorant too, to even put handcuffs on instead of saying, what is going on here? Did any of these officers have any sense? They should have sat back and said, what is going on here? Who are they bothering? Did they ask any other customer, are these guys bothering you all? Did they ask people behind the counter? What is going on here? They're ignorant too. They were stupid. And they should be fired and dismissed from that. You don't need dumb police officers like that who cannot make a rational decision. I don't know if you remember that police officer who drugged that man off that airplane. They fired his ignorant ass because he should have known better than to stuff to put his hands. Ooh, what were you thinking? I would have went in there and said, I'm not dragging this man off this airplane. Y'all need to get somebody else over here. Matter of fact, y'all not going to go ahead and beat this plane up in the air and worry about the employees later, because I'm not about to drag this man and drag him off this airplane for you all. So they fired his ass. He should have known better.
He should have known better.
What was he thinking? That man that got dragged off that plane got a nice big settlement too that week. They hurried up and settled that mess on American Airlines. Just like the current CEO of Starbucks, who just heard what that man said, that attorney said, we in negotiations. I know what the negotiations. Dollar bills, y'all. They about to get paid. They deserve it. They ain't done nothing.
They shouldn't have done that.
They didn't do anything wrong. Now they can pay cash for that real estate they trying to buy. I'm happy for them. Something positive did come out of the situation.
Worked out on their behalf.
And go get your Mercedes too. Get your E-Class. Be nice. Buy you some real estate. Take a cruise. Vacation. Get some money now.
Yeah, Starbucks sure making it.
Starbucks is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And so let them niggas go use that damn bathroom and sit at that damn table. Went on about their business. But like I said, she even went on about her business. La, 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 la. She over there guarding somebody else's bathroom at Burger King now. That's for back customers only. She's over there now across town, keeping up her same old mess. I really wish they would release that heifer's name and where she lived at and who she was. They protected her. So they know the folks would show up there and bomb her house. And she probably deserved it to a degree. Because what she did was ignorant. But I'm done with this. I can't let my blood pressure get sky high over this foolishness with this heifer. Anything you want to say about before we conclude this video?
No, not really. I just think that we have got to arm up and stop sitting around taking anything from anybody. This is a sad situation that black people have fallen into.
But keep this in mind, Mama. It isn't our fault we're in this situation. Those two men that walked us to that Starbucks didn't do anything wrong. Nothing. But they end up going to jail.
The only mistake I made was not getting paid for my mouth. That was a big mistake. Because I let them know in a second.
Well, in this instance, it was so good that other people had cell phones and recorded this whole thing. White folks, thank you all white folks. There are some good white folks out there, Mama.
No, of course there are.
I've met a few of them myself. I've met some great white folks out there. I have. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to say all white folks are racist, even people, because I've had some white folks who helped me with some tremendous things in my life, like getting involved in real estate and stuff like that. It's a white boy that pulled me into that, white man who pulled me into this. So, into real estate. So, I'm not going to say that they're all, but there is an element out there.
And that element hurts us. Doesn't take many to destroy somebody.
It doesn't take much. Instead of tearing somebody down, pull them up. If she was really concerned about those young men sitting at their Starbucks not buying nothing, she should have given them a free cup of coffee or water. You guys want a free cup of coffee or water? You look thirsty. So she was so concerned.
That would have been so considerate.
And they would say, man, we're going to buy some coffee in just a minute if you give us a chance to get ourselves situated.
2 minutes, huh? 2 minutes.
911. They need to come out. They fired everybody that was working that day who stood there and allowed these two men to get arrested and didn't stand up and say one word and say, what is going on here? Fire them all. Close the store. Just shut it down. That's how I feel. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on this. I'm kind of incensed right now to watching that report. But it is Thursday. I gotta wait on Comcast to get here. I ain't missed them. I see somebody called. What is this? Anyway, anything you want to say, Mama?
No, I'm good.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. It's 2 o'clock. Comcast said they'd be here between 12 noon and 3. It's 2 o'clock now. They ain't here yet. So let's go see how this plays out. They just called and said they were en route. At least they had an automated system tell me that. Anyway, we're out of here today. It is Thursday. It is the 19th of April. And look forward to reading you all's comments. I'm Walter Lee Hampton II. This is my mother, Alberta Hampton. We're out of here. Enjoy your Thursday. Bye, y'all.